Okay, we're in the second lesson of this chapter. The notes we had before were solving for a variable by removing anything that wasn't that variable. So now we're into equations where we have the variable on not one but both sides. So my suggestion is to simplify and solve. So you're going to simplify as much as you can on both sides. And then you're going to solve for x, or whatever the variable is first, and then deal with the other numbers. So here, 2 plus 5k. There's nothing more you can do with 2 plus 5k. It's simplified. 3k minus 6, there's nothing more you can do. However, if you're trying to isolate your variable or get it by itself, k is on one side, k is on the other. I tend to move everything to the left. So I want to move this 3k that is positive over to this side. Since it's positive, I'm going to remove it with a negative by subtracting. So now we have 2 plus 5k minus 3k is 2k, and that equals 3k minus 3k is 0 minus 6. Do I have to write 0? No, I could have just written negative 6. So now I have 2 plus 2k minus 6. Well, it's just like what we did before. I have to get rid of this 2, I have to get rid of this 2. So remove the positive 2. It's the furthest thing away from k. You're going to get 0 plus 2k equals negative 8. And how do you remove a positive 2? Divide. So k equals negative 4. Okay? All right. Example 6, same thing. Simplify the left side. It's just 8s minus 10. There's nothing else you can do. But the other side, you're going to need to distribute. So we're going to simplify here by making it 18 minus 6s, and we're done. Simplify before you solve. So let's deal with the s's first. Let's get it to one side. I'm going to remove the negative 6 and make it positive 6. And I always want to bring it to the left. You don't have to, but it's just easier. 14s minus 10 equals 18. And then we just solve it like normal. If I'm trying to get s by itself, I got to get rid of this negative 10 and multiplying by 14. So I add 10 to both sides, and we get 14s equals 28. And so I have a positive 14 being multiplied, so I divide by a positive 14, and I get 28 over 14. They each are divisible by 7. So I get 4 over 2, which is just 2. Or you could have just done 28 divided by 14, but I'm just trying to show you can reduce the fraction and then simplify. Example 7, it's a little more complicated each one we get to. The left side is simplified. It's 5x plus 5. The right side is going to be 15x, keep distributing, minus 12 minus 10x. So this left side is simplified. Is the right side simplified? No, we got to combine like terms of 15x minus 10x, which is 5x. Now we're good. We simplified, and now we can solve. So remove 5x for both sides. Excuse me. 5x minus 5x is going to be 0. You can write 0. You don't have to. So 5 equals negative 12. That's okay. Is that true or not? If it's not, then there is therefore, those 3 dots mean there is no solution. I'm gonna get a drink of water. Okay. So there's no solution. That means that there's not a value that's going to work for that at all. All right. Now, let's try these 6 on your own. I want you to pause the video and complete. Come back when you're done. This one's a little different. We had to simplify before we solve. 6 isn't going to do anything, but here we have to simplify this side. A 3y and a negative 3y would become a positive 2y. So we simplified this side. Now we can continue by adding the 8 and then dividing by 2. Same thing over here. This is going to become 3m plus 1. So this one here, we had to simplify before we solve. 8x minus 25 is just going to be 8x minus 25. We distribute the negative 3, we distribute the negative 3. Oops, it should be negative. And this is going to become a negative 2 minus 12. I'm going to subtract 8x from both sides. So this is going to be a negative 10x minus 12 equals negative 25. I'm going to add 12 to both sides. So that'll change this. So that will be a negative 10x, negative 13, yeah. So x equals 13 over 10. It's positive because the negatives cancel. So let's look at this again. Negative 6, negative 12, yep. Combine like terms. Add 12 to the negative 20, yep. Okay, and the beauty of math is you can check your work. You can plug this number back in to see if it works. Okay. So that is all for the, if you have x on both sides. Your homework should be page 100, 10 through 22 even, and number 51.